howdy there, Internet people. It's Belle again. So today, we're going to talk about how even Fox News is now calling out Trump about the hurricane relief operations. And we're going to talk about why that's probably happening now. Neil Cavuto was interviewing Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg, and the topic of misinformation came up. Cavuto said, quote, "We've also got a lot of misinformation, don't we? We get people who say in North Carolina that if you're a Republican, you're not going to get help. If you're a Democrat, you'll get help. I would imagine that does a huge disservice to people working together and scares the bejesus out of others when they believe it." Buttigieg said he agreed and specifically brought up about the false claims about the $750 payment being all that's available. Then he went on to talk about how there were what he called responsible actors on both sides of the aisle and name-checked a few Republicans. Cavuto brought the conversation back to who was spreading the lies with, quote, "Donald Trump said that about North Carolina. Republicans not getting help, Democrats getting help. That was Donald Trump." Then Cavuto paused and waited. Buttigieg seemed to try to push past the blame game by saying it was unfortunate and moving on to talk about the positive aspects of what's happening. I don't blame Buttigieg for pushing past the invite to go after Trump's harming of the relief efforts. It seemed like Cavuto wanted to talk about it so bad that it might have seemed like bait for Buttigieg. After saying bye to his guest, Cavuto went back to the subject and closed out the segment by saying, quote, "I just want to allude to something the Transportation Secretary kindly pointed out on these monies that you get from FEMA. That $750 was the money up front for people who can't access ATM machines, that kind of thing. So it wasn't just a one shot, that's it. It's a way for people to get hands-on cash they desperately need. Not the only money they will ever get or hope to get. But that kind of misinformation gets out there, and whether it's perpetrated by a politician or someone you think is of somewhat of note and authority, it is wrong, and it is bull, and it cannot be tolerated." First, did Cavuto just say Trump was somewhat of note? I can't wait to see Trump's angry post to a minor social media site over this. So, why is it being that directly stated on Fox? First, let's acknowledge that Cavuto and Trump aren't BFFs. Last month, Trump went to a minor social media site and posted, "Neil Cavuto, Fox's lowest rated anchor, is one of the worst on television. I actually prefer the losers at CNN and MSDNC." So, clearly, they're not besties. But what's the motivation here? For Cavuto personally, I can't say. He actually seemed to understand how detrimental Trump's lies are to people in this case. So maybe it's actually concern. As far as the network, those people who are falling for these claims are their viewers. If Fox doesn't forcefully push back on the claims that directly impact their viewers' financial well-being, when it's discovered, and it will be, those viewers will turn the channel. Cavuto might care. Corporations are cold, unfeeling machines that only care about profit. Anyway, it's just a thought. Y'all have a good day.